How would you say the life of dropshipping is right now? Is it still doable for most people?
There are tons of videos out there on YouTube claiming that dropshipping is dead, but that's not new, is it? I mean, they were saying this back in 2017. And then fast forward a few years later, people like the Ecom King Have go on to make millions dropshipping and build an entire career off of it. So in order for us to actually figure out if dropshipping is dead, we need to break it down a bit. For starters, why is this notion that dropshipping is dead even a thing to begin with? Now, after doing some research, I discovered a few things. Dropshipping has a bad rep, like a really bad rep. Think of it this way. You got Amazon, then you got Wish, and then you got dropshipping. All right, so let me explain a little bit more. Dropshipping allows pretty much anyone to create and test out a product without ever having to really invest much money or time buying inventory or creating a brand. Now, dropshipping is a great model that allows pretty much anyone to start an online business and potentially create a recognizable brand. Now, while this is absolutely amazing for people looking to get started, it is also the very same reason that dropshipping got its bad rep from. A lot of dropshippers suffer from bad quality control, ugly, sketchy looking websites, and terrible customer service. Alright, so there's this notion amongst online shoppers that if you notice that the website is hosted by Shopify, do not buy. Yes guys, I have literally heard this from people. Now, I first began dropshipping in 2020 but got discouraged believing that it was dead back then. It wasn't until 2021 in which a friend of mine had made over $55,000 in 1 month dropshipping through TikTok. Whenever I saw this, I completely changed my views and began dropshipping full time. I believe that if he made that much money in 1 month dropshipping, then I 100% would be able to make more. Believe it or not, that was actually the very first step to me succeeding, and this goes for you guys too. If you believe you can and will make money dropshipping, I promise you, you will. When you begin dropshipping, it has never been more important than now to appear as a legitimate brand. You cannot let them believe that you are a sketchy dropshipper. You want to rule out pretty much any chance of your customer getting skeptical by creating lifestyle photos for your product and for your brand. You want to focus on having professional images. Now, if you have to pay someone on Fiverr to create yourself professional branded images, by all means go for it and do it. It doesn't matter how you bring your customers for the most part into your store, as long as you have a nice professional looking website, they'll definitely feel a lot more confident in purchasing. It can be quite hard managing quality control, so the best thing that you guys can do is to simply message the supplier that you choose, whether it be AliExpress or CJ Dropshipping, and have them remove any Chinese language and have them double check on the quality of the products before they get shipped out to your customers. Now, you also want to invest in a very good VA or be your own VA if you have to. Now remember, you need to reply to the customers in a timely manner, and you need to reassure them that you are on their side and that you will do everything in your power to fix all of their issues. Now, once you begin doing all of this, I promise you that you will start seeing instant results and higher conversions. In short, dropshipping is not dead. Online retail will always be here. Dropshipping will get more difficult as time goes on. You are going to need to focus on being more creative and looking more branded if you want to make sure to stay in this game. Now, I want you guys to take a minute and focus on the things that I mentioned in this video. You should be alright, I promise. If you don't feel convinced that dropshipping is still alive, I mean, me and my partner Oscar literally made $600,000 in just one of our stores in just 6 months. And we profited what takes people years and years of hard work in just a few months. Now, if you're still not convinced, take a listen to what the Ecom King has to say about dropshipping.
How would you say the life of dropshipping is right now? Is it still doable for most people?
Dropshipping is still way more than doable, man. Like, we're still printing money, but it's just been a lot slower than it has been since the start of the year. And I think that's because people are now hearing more in the news. They're seeing it with the inflation, with their bills. So I think people are starting to realize that it's going to become a longer term problem. So I think when people see that something's going to go from a small term problem to a longer term problem, then they start to calculate the kind of money they're going to have to spend. So like, a lot of people thought maybe inflation would be bad for a month or two and it would come down, but I think people are coming to the realization now where it could last for a good year since the end of 2023. So I think people are now being a little bit more careful with the way they're spending money. And I see like Black Friday this year being a lot smaller than it was last year. You know, Amazon reported their earnings the other day and they were very, very negative. Amazon dropped 20% in 1 day, and that's because the guidance they gave for Q4 was really, really bad. So I always say what Amazon does in terms of predictions is very in line with how we will perform. Now, although Amazon predicted bad numbers, it still means they're going to make money, just not as much money as they were making previously.
You know how there's like talks of like an upcoming recession going on? How would you tell other people to dropship in this upcoming recession? And the other one is, how do you think this recession is going to affect dropshipping or any e-commerce brand in general?
So I think the recession is going to come in 2023, probably around about mid, so the summer. And I think from previous times during COVID, when I was selling in dropshipping, sell the essential stuff that people are going to need That's one key element. Just sell what people need and want. And then the other option is sell high ticket items to those that are not affected with, you know, the recession, because they've got more than enough money, that they're higher wealthy people. And that way you can get around this issue.
Okay, so sell more expensive items and sell things that people need, not want. And that's probably like a better way of positioning yourself, correct? When starting your online brand.
That's correct. So that's exactly what we did during COVID, and it worked.
What are your top 5 niches for like this Q4?
So this Q4, my top niches is going to be the jewelry industry. So anything that's jewelry based, like necklaces, charms, anything like that's really good, especially customizable jewelry that you can put people's names on there. The other niche is going to be the kids electronic toys, so anything toy related, just because we've made lots of money in the past with them. So like kids toys, even older children toys, or even infant toys. The other one is fashion. I find fashion does really, really well, but you got to be careful with the size charts. Another niche is the beauty niche. This one's always doing well, really, really well. So anything beauty related, not cosmetic, more what can help them with their cosmetics or electronical, like a beauty vacuum sucker or something like that. And then the last niche that I would say is the pet niche. I find the pet niche is really, really powerful.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Wish you guys all the happiness and success. Peace.